Do you feel like you're always busy, but end your days feeling like you haven't accomplished anything? Or maybe you're constantly pushing important tasks to the next day. Maybe your weekends are filled up with makeup tasks that are left over from the week before. Or you've simply resigned yourself to the thought that I'm never going to catch up. So the question is, are you too busy to organize your schedule? And if this sounds like you're definitely not alone. It's so easy to get caught up and then feel like the most immediate thing to do is the most pressing thing at hand. And if you're not organizing your time management beforehand, then you're really always going to struggle and scramble to keep up with the next most pressing thing on your to-do list. Hello and welcome to another episode of Digital Marketing Made Simple. I'm your host, Jennie Lyon, and today I wanted to help you realize that you've got all the time that you need and more hidden away in the little corners of an organized schedule calendar. And it just so happens that I have a really great template for you that will get you moving in the right direction. We'll talk a little bit about that later on. Well, today I'm going to cover several of my essential tips for time management and maintaining an effective schedule calendar. So you can really kind of pick and pull from these tips and use what works best for you. So the first one is really prioritizing an effective schedule, and that takes practice. So we constantly get bombarded with calls and emails and texts and pings and messages constantly throughout our day. I know I do. And if you timed every single moment that it took you out of the task at hand to look at all of those different ways that people try to connect with you, on average, we'd end up losing about a third of our workday. And creating an effective schedule includes specifically making time within your schedule for these interruption tasks and really prioritizing ignoring them until the scheduled time to check and address them. So for example, throughout the morning, you could receive 8 to 10 relevant messages and emails requiring your response. Suppose that you allow 10 minutes before you break for lunch to prioritize messages and emails. In that case alone, you're saving yourself the stress and time loss of stopping and restarting other tasks to check the latest notification on your phone. Number 2 is to simplify your scheduling. So you want to look at similar tasks that require you to use the same equipment, reach out to the same people or space, and group them all together. There are tremendous opportunities here to find extra minutes in the day when you're not bouncing back between tasks. So setting up your workstation, gathering colleagues, all of those things take a lot of time. And if you can group all of those things together, you can save so much time in your workday. Number 3 is understanding your own productivity clock. So do you ever notice yourself having an easier time pushing through those more creative tasks in the morning or closer to the end of your workday? Or maybe you're better at those logical functions before or maybe after lunch. Scheduling around the times that you're most productive is a great way to work efficiently and find more minutes throughout your workday. Number 4 is the value of scheduling breaks and time off. This is a huge one. So you can't maintain a business if you burn yourself out. And there's always going to be more work to do. There's always last minute fires to put out. But if you can prioritize yourself as an essential task, then you're going to put yourself ahead of everyone else. So breaks, time to eat, family, and even excursions are critical for your well-being and really help to refill your tank to tackle the next task on your list. So if you're sacrificing your health for your business because you feel like there's just not enough time in the day, then it's really time to consider hiring stuff out, right? That's what we do for a lot of our clients. They will bring us in to be their in-house, virtual digital marketing team so that we can handle their marketing so that they can focus on more time-intensive, essential tasks. And you're really worth prioritizing. So you want to make sure that taking care of your health is at the top of your to-do list. Number 5 is, does your schedule match your goals? After a week or two of adhering to a schedule as best as you possibly can, you're going to start to see, are there tasks that you find are taking longer than the amount of time that you've allotted for them? If those tasks aren't being majorly interrupted, then it's time to update your schedule to reflect the extra time that you need to get it done. So are there tasks that you find yourself constantly abandoning because there's other tasks that feel more pressing? If so, then it might be time to look into hiring some more assistance around those areas and those tasks so that you can move those items off of your plate. And last but not least is to consider a team. It's a huge, huge way to free up time in your schedule. So a digital marketing team like mine, who, are able to take on tasks that maybe might be weekly essential tasks, things like managing your social media or your email marketing or your messaging, your copywriting, advertising, those type of things, lead generation, that type of stuff can be handed off. But you can also hand off bigger type projects. So if there's something that's been on your to-do list for way too long, whether that's, launching a online course or a webinar or, setting up some new product or service for your business, then it probably is time to start thinking, who can I bring in to help me get this project off the ground? So I challenge you this week to carve out a few moments and plan a schedule calendar and do it for the following week. So I have a free calendar template. You can grab it at jennylyon.com/productivity. And it's a really great organizer that works really well. And you can estimate the time that you think you'll need for each task. And then note how long it actually took you to complete the task. So you want to make sure that you schedule breaks within your day and, take an excursion if you can, right? In the morning, go for a walk or on your lunch break, take a little bit of a break if you can. Sometimes I'll just take a little break during the middle of the day to do something like to let the dogs outside and to walk outside with them for a few minutes. Just something to kind of get me out of the mix for a few minutes. And you can make a note of the times that you really find yourself being pulled away from scheduled tasks, and you can start to see what distracted you. That way, at the end of the week, you can look at your schedule, you can check out the variance in the estimated times for each of those tasks versus how long they actually took you to complete. Was it accurate? Did you consistently take longer than you thought? Was your day littered with interruption tasks? And if you find yourself really forced to play catch up on tasks throughout the weekend or late at night or early in the morning, then that's definitely a sign to start considering asking for help, right? And bring on, a virtual assistant, or if you need help with your marketing, a team like ours, that can take a lot of these time-sensitive tasks off your list so that you can focus on the most important thing, which is what you can only do in your business. Okay, so what did we learn today? Well, we want to create and prioritize a schedule calendar, and this is going to save you time by really exposing the areas of opportunity and encouraging efficiency. You want to allot scheduled time to address those interruption tasks. This is going to free you from the reactive tendency to constantly respond to notifications, which keep you on task, and it's really going to save you hours in lost time over the course of a week. So a big one for me is I like to schedule checking my email at certain intervals during the day because my email is a time suck. Anytime I check my email, there's over 100 messages every single time. If I did nothing else but emails all day long, it would be a full-time job. And so I really try to limit the amount of time that I'm in my inbox. I have project managers that stay on top of the inbox, have my assistant help with it. But as for me, I really try to limit the times that I'm actually in the inbox. So it's only if, it's something that my team has alerted me, this is really important. When you have a break, I need you to address it. Or I have scheduled times throughout the day where I pop in to check on things that I need to check on. So you just really have to adhere to that schedule because things like email can be a time suck. And that goes for texting, messaging, chats, all of those things that are really going to pull at you all day long. And remember, you really want to understand when you're the most productive, right? Some people are super productive in the morning, and that can really allow you to plan your work days and make sure that you're being really efficient, and you're going to see better results because of it. And remember, you want to prioritize your health. And that means taking breaks. It does. I mean, I know I'm completely guilty of it. There are plenty of days that I will sit down at my desk, at 5 in the morning. And then the next thing you know, I'm like, oh my goodness, I really need to take a break because I need to, work out. I need to get dressed. I need to be ready for my 9 a.m. meetings. And then I can sit down at my desk at 9 o'clock and not get up again until 6 o'clock. And so I've also been really trying to schedule those breaks in, so I can take a little bit of a break, whether it's just to, have a cup of coffee away from my desk, or like I said, let the dogs outside and go, feel the sunshine for a few minutes. But it's nice to have a little bit of time to focus on yourself throughout the day. And remember, you can ask for help. A digital marketing team like ours can really take, those time-consuming tasks that need to be done to market your business off of your list. Or if there's these bigger projects that need to be done, but you just can't seem to find the time to make them happen, that would be a good time to think about bringing a team in as well. And we are super passionate about all of the work that we do. We love all things marketing. So we're here to answer any questions that you have anytime. You can always do so at jennylyon.com/chat. And I hope you take advantage and really do schedule a call if you think you need help. And I would really love to hear how it goes. When you take the time this week to really try to get your schedule under control. So shoot me a message. I'd love to hear about how you're working to free up those scheduling issues and find more time to grow your business. All right, well, that's what I have for you this week. I hope that you found these tips on how to create an ideal work week for really optimal productivity and focus helpful. And again, like I said, anytime if you have any questions, please reach out. I'm always happy to help. And I'll see you next time on another episode of Digital Marketing Made Simple. See you soon.